Hello everyone, Ian here at AbelCine in Burbank, and today we are checking out lighting from Quasar. And in front of me is the Q50R. The R stands for rainbow, and as the name implies, it allows you to do a whole host of preset and custom settings on this light. And why these lights have become so popular is because literally anywhere you could place them, you now have a lighting instrument for cinematography. On top of all the flexible settings and custom settings, they also are incredibly lightweight and they have very low power consumption. In addition, we can gang them together and make banks of light. So pretty much any lighting scenario you could think of, whether you need soft or harsh lighting, these fit the bill. So what we're going to do is come up with a couple different shooting scenarios. I'll talk about features that I use to make that look happen, and then we'll show you the footage that we shot on our Sony Venice. I built a bar scene in order to use these lights. So what I'm doing is I have a rainbow underneath my milk glass here, and then I have a rainbow above. Now I have put this into a custom tungsten setting, and I can go into my menu here. I have a very low intensity. This is 1% of intensity right now. As you can see, as I start clicking up, you can really see just how much punch these have. That is at 10% I'm at right now. So I like this warm light for this particular scenario. I also have presets, and I also have preset colors that I could use, and I'm going to use that later for another type of setup. But for now, we're just going to keep it as it is. And the other interesting thing is that because I'm able to get these luminance levels, allows me to also create really moody shots that I can capture with high ISO camera. So I'm going to take my Venice, which has the firmware version 2 on it. It's now native 2500 as well as a 500 ISO camera, and just shoot a little footage, and we're going to shoot it in RAW and in ProRes. So we changed our venue, come into Theater 2, and we're going to do an interview type lighting situation. I have a Q20LS here. This is a lithium powered instrument, and I have put an optional stage pin adapter in it, because what I'm going to do is put it into the clamp of my C-stand here. I'm going to power this up. Now these lights have 2 preset modes, daylight or tungsten, and they have 4 levels of luminance that you can choose from. So I'll just power this up. Okay, right now I'm in daylight, so I'm going to go over to my tungsten, and I push once at a time, and it takes me down to my different luminance levels. So here's what we'll do. We will shoot one setup with a, this will be our fill. We've got another one over here to our key, and I've got a rainbow in tungsten mode overhead, and that will be sort of our rim light. So we'll do it with direct light, and then we will set up and shoot through some diffusion. I put some different type of lights on the floor. These are called Crossfades, and these are, you can change the color balance by rotating this little dial right here. As you see, I'm going to make it warmer, take it down to 2000 Kelvin. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take these up to 6000 Kelvin. As you can see, I've lined the floor with them, and I'm using a rainbow in the background. Set it on magenta so I can splash some light on the screen behind us. We're going to turn off the overheads. Behind camera is another rainbow, and I have put that into paparazzi mode. So what I'm going to do in slow motion, we've got a fan, I got a bunch of moving parts here. We're going to do a sort of a fashion runway type of effect with these lights. And on top of that, I am going to take a smaller Quasar with a lithium battery in it, and I'm going to hold that underneath of Christy, and that's going to be her fill light. So We have these lights coming up from the floor with that 6,000 Kelvin kind of harsh light and a fill light underneath of her, and the paparazzi and the fan. So you got all these components to make a very dramatic sort of fashion runway shot. And that wraps up our look at lighting solutions from Quasar. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again soon.